Hey everyone, welcome in to another daily editorial here on the KE Report. We're getting an update from Dolly Varden Silver, and we are recapping a news release from yesterday, August 12th. Drill results from the Kitsault Valley Project from this wolf vein. Step out drilling. Headline number says a little over 1,000 grams per ton silver, over 9.3 meters. This is a true 40-meter step out to the southwest. We'll post a link to this news release in the show notes so you can follow along. We're chatting right now with the president and CEO, Shawn Khunkhun. Dolly Varden is traded on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol DV, on the OTCQX under the symbol DOLLF, and on the Frankfurt Exchange under the symbol DVQ1. Shawn, talk to us about this hole 24404. Again, a 40-meter step out to the southwest. We can see in figure 2 that this is outside of any mineralization that the company has defined. It doesn't look like there had been any prior drilling out in this area. So give us some context on this hole, please.
Yeah, so just, high level, we've got 64 million ounces of silver and 1 million ounces of gold on the project. What's exciting about today's press release is this is all outside of that existing 43-101 compliant resource estimate. So we are expanding and extending pure high-grade silver. These results are exceptional. Getting over 1 kilo of silver, over 1,000 grams per ton of silver over almost 10 meters it's exceptional. We're finding that the grade is essentially doubling as we get, deeper and, as we get closer to that source of the mineralization. The widths are incredible here at Wolf, from previous drilling. If we go to where we stepped out 40 meters, we had drilled 27 meters of 461 grams of silver EQ. And, what's nice, if you do look at some of the images that we've presented in the press release on the graphical version, on image 2, you can see the sedimentary rock cover, and then you could see the Hazelton volcanics. So this mineralization is set in the same host rock that hosts SK Creek, Bruce Jack, and Premier. So the big deposits in the Golden Triangle where you can get a really, really, really big system. That's what this is the host rock of. But what's really nice is the silver seems to have gone into the volcanics. That's what's hosting this mineralization. But what's nice is it's right in between the contact of the sedimentary cap and the Jurassic Age Hazelton volcanic suite. So it's very predictable. So we continue to chase this southwest down plunge, and it looks like, if you look at the image 2, it's broadening out and it's widening up, and I think we'll be able to build some really nice tonnage there. But the best part of all this is it's still open. It's still open for expansion. And listen, I've been studying gold and silver projects for the last 20 years and really silver for the last 4.5 years. I can't, and I ask people, industry experts, show me pure silver plays that you're excited about. And there's literally 2 names in the entire planet where you've got public companies that are growing high-grade silver, and this is the only one that's doing it in what I would view, a top-tier jurisdiction in Canada. So we've got something unique. We've got something special. We've got 14 million in the bank. We've got incredible shareholders. We've got results pending, and once again, we've delivered, incredibly high-grade results with more drilling done around it.
Well, Shawn, it is nice to see you continuing to pressure bet at the Wolf vein and stepping out. But you also, speaking of assays pending, you're calling that the mother hole, but you're now using directional drilling, and you've got 3 daughter holes, 409, 412, and 414, that are still pending. So maybe just speak to utilizing directional drilling and how that could be a game changer for the company.
Well, listen, number one, it's going to save us money, which is going to enable us to drill more. These holes, Some of them are, the core length is, 5, 6, 700 meters. The vertical depths are, 300 meters, 400 meters. So being able to drill a mother hole and then for the remaining fan out holes, 3 subsequent holes, not having to drill that first couple hundred meters saves us the meters. It also pinpoint with accuracy where we want to go so you don't get the hole deviating from its target. So it saves money, it's more precise, and it's going to enable us to drill more.
So, Shawn, if we again look at that figure too, see the step outs from that mineralized section in this year's program, how much are you going to step out here to the southwest on this wolf vein?
Well, listen, the season's still very young, and we've got more meters to drill. So I will be able to adequately answer that at the end of the season. But, we're going to keep chasing this. We're going to keep chasing this vein because not only does it continue, but it seems to be intensifying in both width and grade. And I should note, up until hole 375, all the holes were strictly silver and really good grades, averaging 300 grams per ton. But what we saw in hole 375 last season was the silver grades were still there. They were 300 grams per ton over 27 meters, but we reported 461 silver EQ. So you had a 50% base metal kick. Now, the numbers I talked to you about today are pure silver, 1,091 grams per ton silver over 9.38 meters, including 2,500 grams of silver over 1.63 meters. But, we are finding elevated base metal contributions, which, just makes the rock that much more valuable.
Yeah, nice to have the co-credits from some base metals along with the high-grade silver. I think it'd be nice also just to talk strategy on this wolf area and how, as a company, you believe it could be Torbrit 2.0, that it has that kind of potential, and why you're pressing your bets on these step-outs.
It's a good question. So, we've got a theory that we have a 15-kilometer trend that is mineralized, and the evidence we have to that theory is 7 deposits along that 15-kilometer trend. And, to further add some more detail to that is we've got these cross-cutting deposits. Every 1,400 meters along the 15-kilometer trend, we seem to have another major break, another major, fluid deposition that's led to these major deposits. The distance between Torbrit and Wolf is exactly 1,400 meters. Torbrit was a 53 million ounce silver deposit. It produced about 20 million ounces at 466 grams per ton. When it was in operation, it was Canada's third largest silver mine. The Wolf represents the next Torbrit, the next 50 million ounce silver deposit on the property. And what we're backing that statement up with is 950 meters of strike length. And so it's nice, in 100-year project history, you had the Dolly, which had a little production and there's a little resource. You had Torbrit, which had some good production, and there's about a 35 million ounce resource just at Torbrit alone. But this Wolf deposit is the next one. And, early in the season in June, we had hits out of Moose and Chance, where we drilled about 977 grams of silver over 5 meters at the Moose vein and about 23 meters of over 200 grams of silver at Chance. Those represent, and this is the interesting part, Moose is exactly 1,400 meters north of Wolf, and Chance is exactly 1,400 meters north of Moose. So you've got 4 deposits, 1,400 meters apart. That is, to me, validating this idea of periodicity. And the exciting part is there another deposit that could be north of Chance? And could there be another deposit, in the gap zone and again, south of the existing deposits we have? So there's so much excitement around the silver-rich south. But, Shad, this is something you asked me offline, which is regarding Homestake. Like, your question was, regarding following up on the exciting discovery we made last year which was the 12.5 meters of 79 grams of gold. And that's where we have all three drill rigs right now. So yes, we have a lot more results to get out from the Silver Rich South, but we're in the midst of an aggressive drill campaign up at Homestake. And even though I think the imminent results that are pending will be from Wolf, what investors, shareholders, and speculators have to look forward to after Labor Day will be the Homestake results.
So one more on Wolf then, as you are extending mineralization to the southwest. We again can see in figure 2 just where these drill holes are. What about this depth component then? What about going under the known mineralization?
100%. No, we'll keep chasing it below the deepest depths.
Well, and Shawn, we've reiterated this in a prior talk, but maybe speak to how there's the larger theory that at depth these all connect, that not only is there periodicity every 1,400 meters, but that they may be part of this larger system that's all going to connect at depth.
Oh, for sure. There is a source. There is a source to all this mineralization, and these are just fractures on an axial plane. There is, I believe, there is not only a relationship between all the deposits at Dolly Varden, but if you go just north of Homestake, you're into Red Mountain, which is close to 1 million ounces of gold at close to 10 grams per ton gold. And it's a very nice ore body. And, just west of us, you've got Goliath Sherbet. Just to the east of us, you have Hecla's Eliance Trend. Further north, you've got, other systems like Premier and Eskay and Brucejack. So really all of this are all part of the Eskay Rift. And it's what makes the Golden Triangle so unique and so special. So not only do I think there is a relationship between the 7 deposits that make up our resource and the 94 occurrences like the new veins at Moose and Chance that we had some recent drilling success on. But there's an even greater picture for the triangle at large. And what you have to appreciate, guys, and this is the point I want to leave your viewers with. If we went back 30 years, okay, which is not that long ago, because the Golden Triangle has really like 140-year history that I'm aware of, okay? So in that first 100 years in the Golden Triangle, there was 5 million ounces of gold discovered. But in the last 30, we've added 150 million ounces of gold. Like the rate and size and grade of which we are adding in the Golden Triangle is like no other mining camp on the planet.
So, Shawn, talk to us about shareholder response then, because yesterday, as the news was released, share price moved up nicely, up about 10%. This is clearly a good drill hole that investors were taking note of. What were you hearing from shareholders, and what further drives this story for shareholders?
Well, listen, Dolly Varden has 2 things that drive the share price. Number 1 is growth to the mineral inventory. And we drive that through discovery, which is today's news. We also drive that through acquisition. The other thing that drives the share price is the price of silver. And, look, we were up at $1.29 a share when silver was around $32. With silver prices pulling back from 32 to under 27, our shares went down to 91 cents on August 7th. So just in the last couple of trading days, there were some other factors that were occurring, with the Japanese yen carry trade and other factors that played into to the macro global markets. But the bottom line is our share price is 30% discounted from recent highs. So I think there's 2 things occurring with the market today. Number 1, we're starting to snap back to where we were as the price of gold goes to, all-time highs. We're over $2,500 on the futures price, close to $24.75 on the spot price, and silver's back over $28. So I really think that today's reaction, what I'm hearing from analysts, there's analysts on the street that have target prices that are at $2.40 a share. They're celebrating the company's continued success, and our shareholders are happy. Our shareholders want us to continue to grow, and we're seeing it in today's market with some good volume. And you're right, the share price is up over 10%.
Oh, and one thing to note, the company has completed 8,000 meters of the 25,000 meter drill program to date. So a lot of drilling still to come and a lot of drill results still to come. Shawn, keep us up to date on all the future news. Everyone listening, feel free to email us any questions you have for Shawn and his team regarding this year's drill program and any of the results that are either released or forthcoming. Shawn, thank you very much for the update. We'll follow up as some more drill results are released.
Okay, grateful for the opportunity, guys. Thank you.